Hello and welcome to the Push Button Profit Show, episode 113, the show where we introduce you to the make money online and internet marketing product creators. With me today is Mr. James Renouf, who is bringing to us on Thursday, June 14th at 10 a.m. Eastern, a new product called Spreadsheet Millions. And if at any point you want to pick up Spreadsheet Millions when you are listening to us discuss it today, click the link down below. After June 14th, 10 a.m. Eastern, it will be live, that link below, and you'll be able to pick it up along with some bonuses from me. It's a really great product, which we'll go into right now. So James, welcome to the Push Button Profit Show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Johnny. It's great.
Well, thank you for coming back. Now, regular viewers will know quite a bit about you, but for those who don't quite know who you are you, James, and why should we trust you?
Yeah, I've been making money online, crazy enough, since 1999, if you can believe that. And I've had a long history. I've done a lot of products. What I'm kind of known for is bringing new ways to make money online to people. That's really my niche. I had the first ever product on NFTs. I've done a lot with crypto. I've had an infomercial. I've done a lot over the years. And I really enjoy finding new ways for people to do things online. That's really what I like to do.
Nice. And this new product from yours is no different. It's called Spreadsheet Millions. Spreadsheet Millions. And I'm looking at the sales page right now, which anyone can check out themselves by clicking the link below. And it says right at the top, just below the logo, 6 figures a day with a simple spreadsheet. Now, there's a lot in there. There's the size of the opportunity, 6 figures a day, potentially, or there's the actual method with a simple spreadsheet. Let's talk about the spreadsheet part first. What is Spreadsheet Millions about?
Yeah, a lot of times when I come up with strategies, I come up with things that people are like, they can't even comprehend what I'm talking about, which sounds so weird because they just trust that I've gone through it and I've done it over the years and I've done these things that, okay, I'll check this out just because you're telling me about it. Where this is like the opposite. Everyone is familiar with spreadsheets in the sense that we know they exist. And there's different types of spreadsheets out there. Whether or not someone knows how to use a spreadsheet or is good at it is not the point. And it's really, it's counterintuitive in the fact that I'm telling you that you can crush it with super, super simple spreadsheets, like literally copying and pasting. So that's the first thing. Everyone's aware of spreadsheets. There's literally billions of people that use them. So technically, everyone has probably seen a spreadsheet at some point in their life, whether or not they use them or not. So this is different in the sense that spreadsheets are everywhere. It's just that people aren't looking at it as a monetization method. And that's what's different about this. So we have something that's different from my other products where usually it's like something really esoteric. This is like, it's everywhere. Now we can use this to our advantage because people have a subconscious thing where they're like, there's value inherently in spreadsheets. And that's kind of the root cause of why this works so effectively. Because you just giving somebody a spreadsheet in their mind subconsciously has value in it, even though it could have taken you literally 2 seconds to put it together. And that's the basic premise of how this works.
And that's what's wild about Spreadsheet Millions. Now, you gave me advanced access, and you're right. It does take nothing but in 30 seconds, you can create a spreadsheet, which you can then go on to sell. You yourself have done this. You're making 5-figure months at the moment with something which took you, if I recall correctly, about less than 60 seconds to copy and paste the information. You went out and found this free information on the internet. You took your mouse and you clicked and dragged it, pressed copy, and put it inside a spreadsheet. And you are now making how much in recurring monies a month? Would you say?
Multiple 5 figures a month, and a lot of it's recurring too. So it's not just one time.
Multiple 5 figures a month, recurring. So over and over again, you're getting paid for an activity which took you less than 60 seconds, which doesn't even cost you anything to do. You don't have to pay for a spreadsheet. You can use Microsoft Spreadsheet or Google Sheets, which is free. And you copied and pasted free information in under 1 minute. And now you have multiple 5 figures in recurring income. The thing which is also awesome, so hopefully anyone listening to this, their ears are already pricking up. This is a method which is completely free to get started with, requires 0 time at all. All of the information required for it is out there. You just need to be able to drag a mouse, copy and paste information from the internet into a spreadsheet, and it's then sellable. The thing which is amazing though, and you're making 5 figures, multiple 5 figures recurring already with this just this small action, but you found a lady, in fact, you were inspired by a lady who's making, and I hope everyone's listening to this, who's making over $100,000 some days. So literally 6 figures a day, not a month, not a year, doing this exact same method, copying free information on the internet, putting it inside a Google Doc, putting it inside a Microsoft spreadsheet, and then selling it. Correct?
Yeah, I mean that's what, like, again, we're all familiar with spreadsheets, but what really kind of made my mind go nuts was that I read an article about this person that's making, 6-figure days. I mean, and I mentioned it in the course, but you can look it up if you want to. But that was the catalyst of it. And I said, okay, this young lady, it doesn't matter that she's young, it doesn't matter that she's a lady, but this young lady, like, I always feel like I kind of know what's going on. Like, I know where money's being made in the internet, right? And then maybe that's ego, whatever. But it just blew my mind, because I'm like, these spreadsheets are everywhere, but yet I never even in my wildest imaginations could feel that there was such a big market for this kind of thing. And so recognizing this, that, yeah, this is happening. She's making 6 figures a day. I'm like, okay, how can I get into this? That was my initial thought. So I said, okay, and I got in there. I said, how can I make this simple? And that's where this all led down the road. I found out about her last December, and then I started doing it, and then I proved the premise myself. Literally, I'm showing you in the product how, and it's not just me. See, that's the thing. She's making 100K days. Awesome. I'm making 5 figures. That's great too. But then as I went deeper in this, I'm like, look at this person over here. They're not even doing any work. They're arbitraging this. Like, people are wanting spreadsheets done. They're getting other people to do it. They're making money that way. There's people doing these little things I talk about. I'm literally, when I say 2 seconds to do things, and they're charging people for it. There's people that are going on platforms like Reddit, which is like a marketer's dream, because it gets over a billion views of traffic, but yet it's a nightmare to try and monetize it. So I go through in the course how they're going in there, and with the power of a spreadsheet, they're getting all this money, because again, it's in this package. That's what it's all about. But a lot of times when people think of spreadsheets, like, I don't know how to put in formulas and graphs. That's part of the reason why people don't get into it, because they're not, spreadsheet nerds. And I'm not either. I'm not good at spreadsheets at all, but I'm good at copying and pasting. And that's what this is. That's what's so nuts about this, is that the market is absolutely huge. Everybody in the world's aware of this stuff. Crazy money's being made, and it takes nothing to get results. And it's just a perfect storm. And that's why I'm so hyped to get this out to people.
And I think you've stumbled on something very important here. You don't need to be people sometimes hear the word spreadsheets and they associate it with, accounting, or you have some kind of technical stuff. Nothing like that. You're not using, it says here, literally, I'm looking at a sales page now, which again, anyone can check out themselves by clicking the link below. No coding, no formulas needed. When James says this is simply copying and pasting, literally copy and pasting any information you find on the internet, depending on what you want your spreadsheet to be about, it really is that. So there's no numbers involved. You're not writing equations. You're not making, different colored charts or anything like that. It is copying text from a website, putting it into a spreadsheet, and that's your product. And James is going to show you how to turn a couple seconds of work into 5-figure months, potentially 6-figure days, if you emulate the other case study he shows you in this. Now, what's really cool about this is, I like the way it says 0 money out of pocket. This is on the main sales page, which is great. So I hope everyone's listening. You don't need to lose or spend any money creating your first spreadsheet product. So it's a free method, free. But what I also like is, and this is something which it would be cool to hear a bit more about, is you can do this in any niche. There'll be people listening to this, James, so they might be thinking, oh, well, James, Johnny, I'm not a make money online person, or I'm not into crypto, or I'm not in, they might have a certain mindset about the sort of person who might do this. But am I correct in saying just about any person can create a spreadsheet product? You might like recipes. You might be a dog trainer. You might be a stay-at-home mother or a carer of elderly people. Anyone with any interest in any industry can create a spreadsheet product. Is that fair to say, with no coding or computer knowledge?
I mean, think about it. There's so many different ways. I mean, one is you could be driving traffic to whatever it is you're trying to sell. You could become an affiliate for anything. And there's literally, and I talk about where you can be an affiliate for basically any type of niche or subject. And you go into these different areas that I show you where you get tons of traffic. You don't need to have a list. You don't need to have a following. You go out there and you're providing, one way to do this is to provide value. So I talk about certain niches, but it goes for anything. The top 10 ways to do X. You just put that in there and people are like, this is great, and then we go through how you can lead that to something that you sell very quickly. That's one example of doing that. But really, it's anything. It's the fact that you have a spreadsheet that is giving info to the niche that you want. That's what's different. Because if you go into any social media, it's like maybe you have a picture that people look at. Maybe it's a PDF that's there. It's a link to an article. It's relatively rare that a spreadsheet is given with the exact same information. So what works for everything else can just be done in a spreadsheet. And because it's in a spreadsheet, it's like, oh, and then I show you how to make it, how you can share a link that everybody can access, a whole bunch of different things. But it really can be a conduit. What's so cool is that it's so simple to do, but yet it's so powerful because it can lead to other things. So that being sales, obviously, traffic, among other things. But it's the fact that you now understand this whole process and what you have for any niche that you want. Now you can go after it. And that's what's so awesome about it.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's very encouraging. So I hope anyone listening to this understands that they can jump into this with no technical knowledge. You don't have to be a business person. You don't have to have IT skills, or this is simple. You can be a cook, you can be a chef, you can be a carer. There are different, you can put that knowledge or copy and paste and find that knowledge and put it into spreadsheet and make it a best-selling spreadsheet product. And whether it's 5-figure months or 6-figure days, very possible with instructions and training given by James inside of Spreadsheet Millions. So James, let's say now someone's listening to this, they like the idea of start creating their own free spreadsheet product in just a few seconds, and they click the link below, they go through and they purchase Spreadsheet Millions. What are some of the extras that they can get once they purchase Spreadsheet Millions, if they wish? What are some of the optional extras which they can use to make more money with Spreadsheet Millions, as well as the excellent training in the main front-end product?
Yeah. Well, I have a bunch of, one of the upgrades is it's a big template pack. So I give you all these different templates of spreadsheets that are already done that you can customize to be whatever you want to be. That's one upgrade. Another upgrade is where I go really deep into crypto. Not just crypto. I go really deep into different ways to get traffic and different examples of spreadsheets that I sold, which has typically been on the topic of crypto, but it doesn't matter. But that's just what I partake in. Those are the two big upgrades that I have.
Brilliant. Well, that's it. So that's really great. So he's basically James is giving you templates for those of you who want to even who want it even easier to get started with it's already something that can be done in less than 60 seconds. But if you want it any easier, or you need to see some good visual examples so you know what you can do, then he's making it even easier there. And he's giving you some other, instructional things. So those are some great extras, which I think are very valuable as well. Well, thank you very much, James, for your time with us today. Like I say to anyone listening to this is a great opportunity, which you can learn all about by clicking the link below. Spreadsheet Millions goes live on Thursday, June 14th at 10 a.m. Eastern. So that's when the link below will be live and you can pick it up. So James, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Johnny. And thank you for the person listening. I appreciate you. Have a good day.